So we are back at Copart and we are looking at an auction that's running on the 9th of March. So that's tomorrow in Sandy. And we're looking at the 1.4 petrol blue Alfa Romeo Giulietta on a 2010. So one of the first ones to come out. Now, we'll just quickly run through this. MOT shows no advisories back in October last year on 83,000 miles. It has subsequently done approximately 2,000 miles more, and then it's ended up in auction. So this is the car, and without going too much into it, again, it's relatively dirty. I think we got a cap missing down the bottom. We've got some scuffs and what I don't know really what's gone on there. I don't know if that's some sort of chunk missing out or whether that's a tow hook cover that's missing. What else? I'm not 100% sure, but I think there might be some minor damage to this side here, because if we look here, for some reason Copart then focus on here, but it's really difficult to tell with the way that the sun is shining whether there is any damage there. But for some reason they've taken a photo. So if we go back to this again, maybe it's not damaged, maybe it's not. So, dashboard, no fuel, but no lights lit up, so that's good. Interior, you got one key, but the rest seems fine. Doesn't look like it's got mats. Not got leather or part leather. So this is the primary damage. Now, I've had a quick look on eBay. To get a replacement grille, you're looking at about £120, £130 just for that grille. Seems quite a lot of money, doesn't it? Going to need another bottom part of the grille here, and then you can see where it's almost like the insurance company has marked up what the other issue is here with their pen, and they're not happy with something here. Well, I say something, it's kind of looks like it's had maybe a slight frontal, a very, very minor slight frontal. And that's what we've got. So, ideally, you'd be wanting to get a new whole front bumper, which would save on painting and hopefully would include that, but not really 100% sure. Let's just have a quick look at the front just to look at the mark. See, the front, when you look at the front, and you look at the gap line's not bad. The actual bumper itself seems to be, I mean, it's marked up again, seems to be not too bad. So, anyway, this is what I'm looking at. Quite low mileage for a 2010. Unfortunately, we can't tell if it's an insurance job. I think it is. You can just see an X, actually. So it is an insurance job. And it's not the best Giulietta out there in regards to the spec. Oh, there's another line there. But anyway, so we'll see how it goes. It's at 250 at the moment with another 24 hours to go. But that's one car that I'm monitoring, and we'll see what happens tomorrow.
So, Your watch item is next on the block. New bidder. New bidder. Sold.
So it's the 13th today, Sunday the 13th. We've moved on a good few days because there's been absolutely nothing on auction. And in those few days, I've had contact from someone on Facebook who had seen the black 500 for sale and has kind of started badgering me a bit, saying that she's in desperate need for a Fiat 500, and as soon as I get one, can I let her know? Now, obviously, I've got the white one at the moment, which passed its MOT earlier in the week. There's a little issue with that one, and I'm not quite happy to sell it at the moment. I'll explain that in another video, so do subscribe if you want to know what that is. In the meantime, I'm going to try and maybe bag myself a Fiat 500 that's local, where the damage is really not much at all. So I can just sell it on for some relatively quick profit. So we're looking at these two that are due to run tomorrow for midday. 2010 Pop and a 2010 Lounge. Now, I did message her saying, what colour do you want, and are you fussed whether it's a Pop or a Lounge? She said, no, I'm not fussed, as long as it's got a good MOT. So, let's start by looking at the Pop first, which is always going to be cheaper. So, initial impressions. Bumper's gone. I say it's gone. I think it's gone. Bumper's gone. You could probably keep that bonnet, maybe slightly pull it out there. And then, let's have a look. I think it needs a new windscreen wiper at the rear. Inside, it's not the garish red seats, it's the dark seats, and it's got a dark coloured interior. Now, looking at the photo here, we can see that that bracket has broken on the driver's side headlight, so we probably actually going to need a whole new headlight rather than just a bracket fixing. On the dash, nothing in particular stands out that's worrying there. The revs are a bit high, but if they've just started it, that's going to be the reason. But obviously it's been dead because everything's reset. We've got a space saver on the passenger front, and then if we look, I think I saw it. Did I see it in the boot? Or maybe oh, here we go. So in the boot, we've got, well, you got that, so we're not going to be able to use that wheel because of that nice little kink in there. I'd say that hubcap's buggered as well, but that's all sitting in the boot, and not that it really matters. The tyre seems good. Maybe I might be able to get the tyre off the rim and then ditch the rim. But anyway, so 58,000 miles on the clock in white, and it's got keys. Let me just double check in the window. It's not attached to the window, so we don't really know if it's a remote key or not. Right, MOT. I've had a quick look at this. So it passed in September last year, and front brake pads are wearing thin, so probably could swap those over. An offside front suspension arm is worn but not resulting in excessive movement. That's the only advisories on that one, on the pop. So front bumper and a headlight are the only two things that this is supposedly going to need. At the moment, from initial inspection. Let me just have a look, see if there's any. There's no markings on the timing belt. So that's the first one. So that is, what time is it now? It's 6:30ish, and the auction's at midday tomorrow. It's £425. Okay, second one. Relatively same mileage, 57,000. Again, on a 2010. Now, I appreciate, I just want to reiterate this probably as well. I'm really not up for really buying 2010 cars anymore. They are on the verge of rusting away on various parts. So I want to really try to avoid them. But if this woman's quite happy and quite keen to get one, and the MOT's good and doesn't show any signs of rusting, then maybe I'll just give it one last shot. So, light blue lounge, where initially on this photo you can see it looked alright, the bumper, but on this one you can see we've got a crack there. So we're going to need a light blue bumper, possibly a new wing. There's something doesn't look to be slightly right there. So otherwise it's all in good nick. The inside appears to be all good. We've got keys as well, but on the whole, again, initially this appears to be all good. Engine bay, possibly that cover looks like it's got some kind of writing on it. Bracket missing from a headlight. I don't know if you can see that there. Oh, and that one's gone as well. So both headlights. So it's been some kind of frontal impact, and it's bust both brackets on the headlights. That battery looks very old. Anyway. Let's have a look. So everything else appears to be all good. All the alloys are intact. And so, yeah. So, 57, or call it 58,000 miles on a 2010 plate. And it's all good there. Let's just run back to check on the reg. Right, passed in August with no advisories at all. So it's only done an extra couple of thousand miles, not even that. And yeah, so no advisories. In fact, look at that. That's actually pretty decent. 2019 had its first advisories and they were brake pads. So, yeah, quite impressed. So, right, those are the two cars that I'm interested in. And then we've got, I might as well run through these now actually. Day after, down up in Chester, we have a Arbath, stolen recovered Arbath. I think this is probably going to go for out of my range, to be fair. It's a 2015 and I think it's, although there's nothing really wrong with it, it doesn't say whether the VINs have been tampered. That's the problem. Windscreen cracked, but it doesn't say anything about the VINs. And the VINs are a bit out of my depth, really. I don't really know what you do with that. But other than that, it's a black 595 with no damage. So that's the one I'm interested in. But I just say I think it's going to go for out of my price range. Copart website is very slow this weekend, so bear with. What have we got? We've got a Sport in Bristol that's on the 16th. I might as well just quickly run that one through you as well. This says primary damages at the rear and the front. That's popped out of the wing. The bonnet is open, I think, hence the gap. Yeah, so it's had. I think you can save the bumper. I think the bumper's fine, but for some reason, I think that bumper's been off, hence why it's not been put back in properly. So yeah, and then on the rear, we've got the headlight, tail lights removed. That trims, there's a crack there down the bottom by the exhaust, and that trim's missing, and then the other headlight's been removed. So yeah, it's a bit of a strange one. Not really 100% sure what's going on, but that's the interior of the car. Quite a nice one, black and red. So we've got that one, and I think that's going to be it for the minute. Don't think there's going to be any more. I think we'll be getting on towards the end of the week by the time that anything else happens. Oh, the website Copart is just horrendously poor at the moment. I think I'll leave it at that. So I'm going to have to do these biddings on my phone over the next couple of days. So yeah, that's where we're at. Again, whilst I'm very tempted that a woman's effectively said, get me a Fiat 500, I'm not going to spend over the odds when you start including the fees and the transportation, and you only end up walking away with a couple of £100, because then you run the risk of never knowing what you're going to get in return. So we're just going to go back to here. Maybe this might work. There we go. We've got another lounge on the 18th, and yeah, we've got a few BMWs and Audis. So that's it. So wish me luck, and we'll come back in a few days and see where we're at. Right, day of the auction, we're doing some live bidding. Just waiting for this Audi TT to go through, and then our first one is up, which is the Pop. It's currently at 800 at the moment. Don't really want to be spending much more than 900-ish, to be fair. That is roughly what the prices that I was picking up. I think I picked up the Cat S black one for about just under 900, so the Pop really shouldn't be going for much more than that. It's a nice TT, that, actually. What is it? Oh, it's unrecorded, so what's it doing in a Copart? That's the question. So hopefully this will be done shortly. We're into the bonus time, so that's good. And then the Pop will be up, and then I think 15 minutes later the lounge is coming up, so yeah. Okay, I think this is going to be it. This Audi's going to sell. Right, here we go. What are we going to do? What's this going to go for? So far, so good.
New bidder.
Oh, 2 quick bids in very quick. 875 we're up to. Let's go 9. Let's see if anyone wants to. 925. Interesting. I'll go 950. And then, come on. Is anyone going to be outbid me on this? Ah, come on. Is that really worth £1,000? Seems a bit much.
Bonus time.
£1,000 for a pot seems a bit heavy, doesn't it?
Bonus time.
I'm going to do... Bugger it. Let's go £1,000. Let's do £1,000. See if anyone wants to... How desperate they are to win it. Right. We done it. We have done it. And we've got that for £1,000. Bit more than what I thought, unfortunately. But the actual damage itself is quite minimal. So we just need to source. Well, what was it? We need to source a... Was this the one with the tail light, the headlights? Let's have a quick look. One there. We need to source a new driver's side tail light and a front bumper. That's what we need to do. So, there you have it. If you're interested in how much, that's the total on the right hand side. I owe Copart 1321.60. However, we might be able to get that down because if you add delivery, so this is for people who don't know Copart. I think I can roughly get this delivered from an independent person for just over £60. I have a feeling that might be going up due to the cost of fuel. However, if you add delivery to this, they're going to charge £78 plus VAT, but then they start taking loads of things off. I don't know if that's going to readjust it. That's not going to readjust it. So if I click order, that's going to add, I think it's with VAT, it's about 90 odd pound. But then they then take off, what do they take off? Bear with me. They take off I think they take off the lot retrieval as well. And then there's a bit of VAT that also comes off that as well. So actually it's cheaper to get it from Copart. The only slight problem with Copart is, one, you just have no idea when it's going to turn up. And two, I don't know how they deliver it to you. It's either on the back of a big truck or they send out just a small little transporter. So the times that they've done it for me before, I've been asleep. So there we have it. Should we order it? Let's just order it, I think. We'll order it. Add delivery. Right, has that changed the amount? Right, it's changed the amount. So here you go. There we go. So the lot retrieval gets taken off, and they've taken off £8 in VAT. So they've reversed £48, and I've had the car delivered. So that's what it owes me. Owes me 30. I don't know. You can see that 13.67. So I've got to pay for that and start looking for the parts. So there you have it. Next video, well, a video shortly will be that arriving and going through it. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos and for seeing this pop arrive and see how quickly we can turn it around and get it sold to this lady.